interesting to see how this goes.
Alright, so on our map of Ohana LE, spawning in the top left-hand corner. Right-hand corner.
You're supposed to say it, our production guy goes to it. There, I've settled it.
Top left-hand corner is our red Zerg, FGBeez.
Yep. And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner, that is purple, right? It is the purple Terran.
It's green.
ROOTMaSa. Well, this looks blue to me in the top right UI.
You are colorblind, aren't you?
I don't think I am.
That's purple, dude.
It looks bluish.
You're totally colorblind.
You're wrong.
How does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel... Is it purple?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Oh, man, you're colorblind.
This, I won't be able to cast.
This is like a discovery of yourself. You're gonna be so shocked. You never knew this.
Is that like totally in your face purple?
That is in my face purple.
Or is that like, yeah, I can see how that's blue.
No. That's like purple. That's like as purple as tights.
Okay, let me ask you this way. Let's say that our race was purple. Okay? And you saw a woman of that color. Would you approach her? I'm trying to say...
What does that even mean?
I'm trying to say, like, humans are like this color, right? But if you saw a blue human, you wouldn't approach them and want to be with them, right?
What? Can you just leave? Just leave. I got this. Okay, so Jovi's gonna take a break because he's gone. Obviously, he's just so distraught by knowing that he's now colorblind, which is not a bad thing. Just saying that it happened.
You would totally sleep with a girl who's purple.
FGBeez is making an expansion at his natural right now. He's going for that early expand. Meanwhile, in ROOTMaSa's base, a barracks hidden up in the top corner of his plateau.
So trying to be a little sneaky, maybe trying to freak out Beez a little bit, trying to keep that Rax just out of sight so that maybe he can get a little bit of marine pressure without anyone knowing, or thinking that maybe he's being two-raxed, proxy two-raxed.
That's definitely true. So
what were you pointing at? Anything important?
I was pointing at the stream chat, talking about purple Power Rangers, but there was no purple Power Rangers. There should have been because all colors.
Dude, there was totally a purple Power Ranger.
No, there wasn't. No,
yeah,
there wasn't.
Billy from the first.
Billy
one.
was blue.
I know. I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. I know.
SCV going up for the scout there. No scout is coming out from FGBeez yet. He doesn't know about this early barracks in the front over there, and so seeing a command center being built right now, he might be thinking that, oh, the Terran, got his command center first, but he might notice the timing of it. So
yeah, he might be able to discern exactly what's going on. The spawning pool will almost be done in just a couple seconds. This SCV will actually be able to see, maybe even get a little bit of that Zerg Guk on him, but he doesn't. He's far away. Steals 5 minerals. The burglar takes it. And now we do see a proxy bunker going up. The hatch might not be able to see this. This is probably right at the edge of his vision, and the bunker is going up. We do see that there's no response coming up for Beez. This will go up in time, and now the SCV is moving forward. A couple of drones are being pulled only to mine. Again, still not aware. Even beautifully placing the Marine in that corner. So really good awareness.
Nice positioning
really good awareness
by MASA. Yeah. So with this early aggression, I guess the Zerg didn't spot that. Doesn't know that it's going to come, but now, of course, he knows now. And with this bunker completing, there comes the spine crawler, but, Marines are already going to be in there. Not in range of anything, so good stuff there.
Yeah.
This is going to be safe, but this is going to prevent the Zerg from moving out anytime soon.
I'm going to ask you a question. Does a spine crawler outrange a bunker?
Spine crawlers have a range of 6, I believe, so I think they're...
Well, I guess we'll see shortly.
We can always click and find out. The spine crawler has a range of... Damn it, spine crawler, why are you burrowing right now?
So he is trying to put that spine crawler in an opportune position, and we do see that ROOTMaSa does acknowledge that the spine crawler... Actually, ROOTMaSa playing really clever here, so he does move his Marines just out of range of that spine crawler, does as much damage as he possibly can, recoups his losses by actually returning his... salvaging his bunker, and now we do see him ramping up with a transition into factory and another CC.
Yep, so another expansion going up there. He knows his pressure was pretty effective. The Zerg is going to be a little more cautious of what's going to be going on now. Now taking the watchtower just to be sure. But yeah, the spine crawler has a range of 7, by the way, so the bunker's at 6, so we'll outrange the bunker.
So will just by 1, huh? So that's so I guess really good awareness by both our players, and really well defended enough by Beez. I actually thought that it was going to do a lot more damage. We do see a pause coming out for our players. Beez is probably just like, yo, did you see that? Did you see that defense? That was amazing. And he's telling all his friends.
He's high-fiving all the people out here. We actually have a pretty good crowd turnout here.
Yeah,
almost like 40 people in this LAN cafe here. Everyone's just helping each other with their StarCraft, watching over their shoulders, going, that was a good move there, but not actually talking because that would disturb the players.
Yeah, so we do have, like you said, a really good turnout. We did advertise this on Facebook, not too much though. So hopefully, anybody who's watching us in the Toronto area or anywhere in Canada, once you see these things come out by eSports Canada, come out to these events. So we are back in the game, just as our production manager tells us, because we can't tell whether it's pause or unpause.
I don't have a monitor. I don't have a monitor.
So now we will see a little bit of a lull in the play as both of our players transition, get their economy up, and figure out what they want to do, what type of army they want to face each other with. We do see a starport coming out by Beez, so he will be going for either Medivacs or some other cheeky play. Hellions, 2 Hellions coming out at a time as well. Will they be able to sorry, I said the starport coming out for Beez. I didn't mean that. I meant for Masa, but everyone knows that. But we'll see if these Hellions do enough damage. There are 2 Queens waiting at the front ramp of Beez's base, so he might be able to defend that well enough.
The bunker placement's a little different from what we saw in the previous game, putting it actually in that corner over there, so already shutting off so much surface area from the back because it's against the wall. So the double Hellion's going to be coming out, going to roast that thing at the watchtower, and going to be taking it to see what is going on. We can see at the front there, the 2 Evo Chambers are coming up. Nice little 3... Nope, that's a Roach Swarm. Remember we saw that 3 Evo Chamber play before?
Yeah, but that was to completely block off a Cloud
Exactly.
Cannon. So the Queens are out here to meet the Hellions. The Hellions do acknowledge that they cannot really take on the Queens. The Queens do not want to be placed out of position, though. They can block off large spaces, so they're really good to block the Hellions. 2 more Hellions coming to join their brethren. 4 Hellions in total. Looking at the base of ROOTMaSa, it looks like he is upgrading Stim. You can see that out of the tech lab, and the Hellions now are looking to aggress on this 3rd base.
I was always thinking that if imagine StarCraft was more complicated and they had those things where it's like fire damage, just more damage to biological. Hellions would be great against Zerg. Think about a fleshy building and you're flamethrowing it.
Yeah, very astute. Very astute.
And look, all the tumors are going down. They are tumors.
But unfortunately, those Hellions do not do extra damage to biological, only to light. That's why Queens are so strong against them and so easily defend against small Hellion groups. But with the numbers of this Hellions, he can't let it get in silly range. He is getting 3 Roaches, and he's even going for Hydralisk. So interesting choice. The Hydralisk will help out against that Banshee that's coming out, especially that the Banshee doesn't have Cloak. But at the same time, those light units will be able to take extra damage from those Hellions, and the Hellion numbers are in large supply. And now we do see the Banshee come in.
So I like Masa's play here. He's going for a 2-pronged attack over here. Banshee in the back, trying to get some drone kills over there, and with his Hellions going straight to the 3rd base to do some harassment over there. Banshee's doing some great damage. Some drones are being roasted right there. Hellions doing great, but this Banshee will go down to this Queen.
He does take out a few drones for his trouble, so he does get a little economy damage. Plus, he probably divided up the army of Beez sufficiently enough to completely stop that 3rd base from mining. So doing a great job of preventing the economy for Beez from getting out of control. Because Zergs really need to stay ahead in economy to compete with other races.
Exactly. Now moving across the map with these Hydras, you know, the Hydra Roach is actually a pretty strong combination looking at what ROOTMaSa is going. He's getting the Banshees, he only has Hellions for defense, and Roaches are very good at tanking that Hellion damage with the DPS from the Hydras in the back, but looks like Masa's going to be mixing it up. Look at all the barracks going down there.
Yeah, so we do see the Siege Tech coming out and the Combat Shields. Also, the Group Spines are coming out for Beez. So, taking a look at a wide view of the base, we see a massive wad of production. There is a little bit of a Hellion hit squad coming up, roasting a bunch of drones. These drones are going to be absolutely eviscerated, and they are... Beez is having a bad time. 22 workers killed in total. So, Masa is being very productive with these Hellions, and they basically paid for themselves. It doesn't look like he's going for any more Hellion harass. He's happy to transition into his Siege Tank Marine build.
And it looks like, yeah, the worker count is looking into Masa's favor. He's above Beez by about 10 workers over there, and also with his mules, it's going to be insane the amount of income he's going to get. We see Beez trying to be a little more aggressive now, moving across the map. Nice creep spread here with his double Queens on pure duty of just spreading cancer across the map.
Yeah.
And with that speed, he's going to be able to get to the Terran base just that much faster. Backrocks going down for the Terran here. He's going to expand, make his SVs transfer a little better. And here he goes at the watchtower. He's going to spawn that Zerg army and stims away. It's like, holy crap.
So at this point, we haven't seen Beez being able to do any aggression on Masa's base. And now with the Siege Tank transition, Masa should be able to defend pretty well against any sort of aggression. So Masa's really planned this out very strategically. He is sieging up his cannons to defend his 3rd. If anything, his natural is the least defended. And Beez needs to take note of this and needs to take advantage wherever he can, because if he keeps getting his workers destroyed and isn't able to defend against it, he's going to have a really bad time.
Yep, the upgrades are still coming up for both players here. Both players actually very close and similarly producing their +2 weapons Oh, +2.
They're getting their +2 weapons.
And +2 armor. I was going to say +2 range weapons for Zerg because they have +2 melee
Missile
as well.
attacks. So you do see in the top left and the top right corner, you do see those upgrades at any time in the matchup, so you don't need us to tell you. You can see that for yourselves because you are a bunch of smart players. That's why you're watching this stream. No, you're bad at your job.
You're bad at your job.
No, you're pretty bad. I'm pretty good at my job, actually. I'm doing pretty well.
No.
I'm not even talking about this, bro.
I'm far away.
So we do see that the Infestors are coming out for Bees as well. So it will be Infestor, Hydra, Roach versus Marine Tank. And the Marines and Tanks are moving up. And now there's going to be a big confrontation in the middle that looks like Bees really wants to take out these siege tanks. Their units are getting mowed down, though. The Roaches are almost completely gone. On creep, they're able to retreat in time. He was able to do a little bit of damage, but I'm not sure he came out on top in that match.
You know, after that Roach wall goes down, the Hydras are just so weak, and with most of his army left over for Masa, he's going to push straight into the third of the Zerg, and that hatchery is going to go down. There's no way that is staying up.
I was thinking that everything in the Zerg army should be made out of whatever the larva's made out of, because they are so boss. You can't kill larva,
50
bro.
armor larva,
Everything
man.
should have that armor. Why don't they do that? They're like, when you're born, you're going to be the toughest thing ever. Unless you evolve. So like, alright, I'm just gonna stay as a larva.
Oh my gosh, nice fungal there going on. Most of the Terran army is gonna be taking that all out, and now the siege tanks are kind of trapping the Marines from the bottom. They can't really get up the ramp anymore. So positioning is working in favor, but the siege tanks do so much damage against the Hydras. Hydra's gonna go in, and oh my goodness, the Zerg army has been wiped out.
Initially, Bees wisely retreated his Hydralisk just out of range of the siege tanks, just in time for the Roaches to show up. As soon as the Roaches took the aggro, those siege cannons were attacking the Roaches, and the Hydras moved back in for the kill. So initially, it was a beautiful move, but then he overcommitted, tried to go up that ramp, and lost all of his units. So now stuck trying to get back his, everything in place.
Looking at the bases right now, Zerg actually didn't lose that third base.
Nope.
The third base is actually still
third
up,
base
so
is
that's
still
great
up. He
for
lost
him.
his fourth, though.
Yeah, he is working on the +3 carapace right now. Another big army fight in the middle. Roach is going to go in before the tanks siege up, but once the tanks siege up, they do have to retreat from there. But the Marines are giving chase. They are not stopping. Roaches are backed in a corner. The stim is too great, and all the Roaches have been mowed down.
Oh, and FGBeez has to